Hi, ladies. It's August 1st, and I'm doing my weekly pregnancy log. I am 30 weeks pregnant now. So I just wanted to kind of keep you guys up to date. I'm a little bit late on the video. It's just been really crazy. As I stated before, I'm high risk, so I have a lot of appointments. Um, I actually had my 30-week OB appointment today, and I had my growth scan and biophysical profile for the baby. Um, she got an 8 out of 8 on the ultrasound. She's estimated today at 30 weeks and 0 days at 3 pounds and 12 ounces, or it's 1,701 grams is what they do it in. So she's a little bit big, but not huge. I think, like they said, like 3 to 3.25 pounds is average for 30 weeks. So, so far she's still, on the smaller side for my baby, but pretty big. My doctor also did a weight estimate. I guess they use some sort of a calculation system where it's 1.5 ounces per day after 30 weeks. And whatever exactly the calculation is, he said that if I make it to induction at 39 weeks and 0 days, which would be October 3rd, she estimated at 9 pounds, 9 ounces. So that probably sounds really big to some people. But my last baby was 38 weeks and 6 days, so 1 day sooner, and she was 913. So to me, that was actually kind of a relief, because anything under 10 pounds is what I wanted to hear. So that was really great. So they also checked my A1C because of the gestational diabetes, and that was 5.1%, which is just perfect. So I haven't had any problems with my blood sugars again. They've been really, really good. Easy to manage still. My hormones can continue to rise until like 36 weeks, so it could get a little bit worse before it gets better. So I still have to keep on it, but my doctor said that I no longer need to write down all of my numbers because they've been so good. I just have to make sure I'm still checking them, and of course, if anything changes, then I'll let them know and start back doing what I was doing before. So let's see what else. The baby is still breech, which I knew. She's in what they call a complete breech position. There's other types of breech. One is called frank breech, where butt is down and head and feet are up, like the feet are in front of the face, basically. And then there's also footling breech, where I'm not really sure exactly how the baby's positioned, but essentially the feet would be the first thing to come out of the cervix, like if you were to deliver breech. And then there's complete breech, where she's kind of sitting on her butt and her legs are kind of bent, and so her feet are kind of next to her butt too. And that's the position that my baby's in, and that's what she's been in now at 26, 28, and 30 weeks. So I think that's kind of the position she's preferring now. And that is supposedly the position that they don't like to see you deliver vaginally as much. I guess frank breech is optimal for a vaginal delivery. So my OB said not to freak out about her position until after 34 weeks. He said usually 36, he would even say, but because I have a little bit bigger babies, he said for me, just to try to stay calm and to do what I'm doing now, to keep trying to help her until 34 weeks, and then we'll go from there. So I'm hopeful. Like I said before, all my other babies were head down before 20 weeks, so this is very, it's new for me. So I'm just trying to kind of go with it. I did start seeing a chiropractor last week that is certified in the Webster technique. So he's helping me with my sciatica, he's helping me with the symphysis pubis dysfunction, and now he's also trying to help me get the baby to turn. So I had Myovision EMG done on my spine, which is totally safe when you're pregnant. It just senses the tension in your muscles near your spine, and it can kind of tell like how aligned your spine is and everything. And mine was pretty bad when I went the first time on July 26th. So that was just like 5 days ago. And I've gone 2 more times since then, and I can already feel a difference. My sciatic nerve today is a little bit pinched again, but it was better. My pelvic pain, I don't really think there's a lot that they can do to make it better, but they can help it not to get much worse. So I don't think that it's any worse, which is good. He said that I definitely did have some ligaments both in my butt and my round ligament on my right side was really, really tight. So he's hoping that helping work those will help Araya flip. So that's good. It's been cool, unusually cool for, going into August here this last week. So I haven't been doing much swimming this past week like I had been. So I was doing that to try to help her flip too. I've been doing the breech tilt and the inversion at home almost every day. I try to remember to do it every day, but I've been forgetting. So yeah, we're just going to keep doing all that stuff. And, all we can do is kind of wait and see what she does, what she wants to do. And hopefully she's not getting too used to the position that she's in right now. So, okay, so I already kind of touched base with the ultrasound, how big the baby was. My appointment afterwards went really good. He said that my fluid level is back up to 17.8, which is good. I think it's like 10 to 18, I want to say, is what they consider normal. And I've always been like at one or the other end of this pregnancy, which has been kind of weird because with my other 3, I always usually fell in like the 12 to 15 range. And this time I was at 18.1, which was actually a little bit higher than what like they consider to be normal. And then I was down to 10.1 last time. So this last week I have been really, well actually the last 2 weeks, I've been really pushing the fluids to get my amniotic fluid levels back up. And so I succeeded because they were, like I said, 17.8. So that was really good. That will give the baby adequate amount of space and everything. Since she's almost 4 pounds now, we want to just make sure that she's got that room to be able to move, of course, if she decides to. So yeah. Let's see what else. I'm measuring 36 centimeters, so I crept back up to 6 centimeters ahead, whereas I had been down to like only 5 ahead. But my OB said that my fluid jumping could be why. So we're not worried because, like I said, the baby's measured at 312, and when they're that size, it's usually really accurate, within a couple ounces up or down. So we're not worried. My placenta had been previa, which I stated in previous videos. And now not only is it not previa, it's not low lying, it's actually high. It's on the very top front wall of my uterus now. So that also makes me feel better because if I do end up needing a C-section for her being breech, they can actually cut under where the placenta is now. Before, I was concerned that I would be even a more high-risk C-section candidate because of my placenta being anterior. So that is a huge relief because I've never had a C-section. I've never had surgery at all. So, that's always scary. Like, it's definitely not ideal, but I know, things happen that you can't control. And, if the breech vaginal delivery doesn't work, or, just first of all, if she doesn't flip, then those are things that I have to think about. So that was really good. Let's see what else. Oh, my blood pressure was 106/54, so a little bit higher than it was my last appointment, but still really good. My pulse was 70. I've now gained 18 pounds total. which I was not so happy with, but my doctor says it's fine. It's still, within healthy. I gained a really, really, really lot of weight with my first. I was underweight when I got pregnant with him, really athletic, worked out all the time, and then I got put on bed rest. And I had to stop working out, and I started eating like crazy, and I gained 93 pounds. And so that was really hard, and I never really came back from that. So with my second, I only gained 11, and then with my third, I only gained 14 up until I was like 36 weeks, and then I gained quite a bit, like almost 20 pounds of like water weight from swelling in the last month. So yeah, I was like, I think I gained like 35 with her. I can't even remember the exact number, but most of it was water, like way more than half of it was water weight. So before I got pregnant this time, I had lost like 50 pounds because after my third, I was at by far my heaviest pre-pregnant weight. I was up to like a BMI of 36, which was really hard on my body because I wasn't used to being overweight. And so I was down to a BMI of 29 when I got pregnant this time. And so I really was trying to just gain healthy weight, like eating really, really healthy, lots of veggies, lean protein, low carbs, especially because of gestational diabetes. I have to watch the sugars and everything. I completely quit drinking soda, caffeine in general, tons of water, just everything. And I had been doing really good, but now all of a sudden I'm really gaining. So I'm not sure if I need to cut back on my sodium a little bit more or what, but I'm definitely staying on top of that. So yeah. Let's see what else. The ultrasound said that my cervical length is down to 3.0 centimeters. So I'm definitely starting to efface. After my ultrasound today, I had an NST that was a little bit unexpected because I was having a lot of contractions. Like they could actually see them on the ultrasound. And so then I had an NST, and then I was having a lot of contractions in the first 30 minutes. So they were going to send me to labor and delivery. But I decided to stay hooked up for another 30 minutes and let my doctor check me just to make sure. And he did. And he said that I'm very soft, but I'm still completely closed and still pretty thick. So even though it's down to 3 centimeters, I'm doing good. I'm not dilated at all. But I am soft. So if I keep having these pretty intense Braxton Hicks, I could start dilating soon, which for me is pretty normal. I usually start anywhere from like 32 to 34 weeks, and then it just goes really, really, really slow until before the baby comes. My last two, I was like 4.5 centimeters and 75% effaced before labor actually even started. So that's about what I'm expecting this time probably too. So yeah, I was happy, and I didn't have to go to labor and delivery because the second 30 minutes of the non-stress test, I only had 2 measurable contractions. So yeah, there's still, there's Braxton Hicks. They're not real. They're just, irregular, sporadic. They can be 5 minutes apart, and then 10 minutes apart, and then 20 minutes apart, and so being my 4th baby. My uterus is just, really well practiced, and so it just kind of gets ahead of itself sometimes. So my next appointment is in 2 more weeks. So I'll be 32 weeks. I believe it's on August 15th. And then I start going once every week. So I'm not really looking forward to that because it's like a 45-minute drive for me. So it gets kind of crazy. And then after August 28th, when I'm 34 weeks, then I start going twice a week. So then it'll be really, really crazy because then I'll have an ultrasound and an NST every single week, just to keep an eye on the baby. So I'm going to show you my stomach, which I think maybe because of the fluids, I'm noticing that I'm getting bigger, or maybe I'm just carrying her a little bit different. She seems to be a little bit more out, whereas she has been like really far into my back. But so let's see, hold on my pants here. So got the top of my stomach here. Oh my God, kind of see it a little bit closer, so I can try to turn this down too. So yeah, there's my big, huge, massive belly. So I'm only 30 weeks. So when I've had my other 3 kids, I was actually 44, 42, and 52 centimeters when I had them. My daughter, she was almost 10 pounds, and I had high fluid levels with her too. So since I have the high fluid levels again, but the baby's a little smaller, I would probably expect to go to like 46 to 48 centimeters before I deliver this time. So being that I'm 5'11", you can imagine that it's a lot of belly. Like if I was short, I don't know what I would do. I would definitely probably tip over. So yeah. So okay, that's it for this week. And I think I pretty much caught up on everything. Yeah. And so I'm actually going to do another video here in just a minute. I'm just going to kind of break it up so it's not like one really super long video. I got my baby bag packed, so I'm going to share that, show everyone like what's inside, give you guys an idea of what you guys should pack. So if you want to check that out, that would be great. Otherwise, I will see you guys again in a week. Okay, bye.